Hey guys, Rebecca here. Thanks so much for tuning into my channel. If you're new, welcome. And as well, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe as I'm always posting new reviews on here. Okay guys, so today we're going to be doing a review on one of the most terrifying and ferocious and just incredibly aggressive fragrances out there on the fragrance market. So this one I would say is quite unique in itself, and it is Tyrannosaurus Rex by Zoologist. And I was able to get a little vial of it, or a little sample of it. So here it is. And you can see on there, it says Tyrannosaurus Rex by Zoologist. I heard about this one and I was very curious about it, so I definitely wanted to check it out, but I didn't want to get the full bottle yet. So anyways, just checking it out, seeing what it's all about. Okay, so a little bit of background on this fragrance. And guys, just as we're doing this review, I will be posting an actual size of the bottle down below so you could see what it looks like. Okay guys, so a little bit of background on this fragrance. It was launched in 2018 and the nose behind it is Antonio Gardoni. Okay guys, so first impressions of this fragrance. Well, to start off, I found this to be a very bold and daring fragrance. I mean, it definitely has that presence to it. The opening of this fragrance is very ash-like, almost like burning lava or volcanic, I would say. It kind of reminds me of something from a prehistoric era. I definitely picked up on the black pepper in this. That was just one of the first notes that really hit me. After this kind of settled down, or the first few notes kind of settled down, an almost incense mixed with leather and animalic notes, spices and woodiness come through. Honestly, this fragrance has a truly terrifying presence to it. I can't mention that enough. It's very aggressive and leathery, and it seems that when you wear it, it really makes itself known with almost a loud roar. This is not a fragrance that is going to seduce anyone. So for guys out there who want to try it, and for women, and we'll talk about that a little bit later in the review, this is not this is not actually a sensual fragrance at all. It's got more of a tough sort of demeanor to it. So you really have to keep that in mind when you're wearing this. This fragrance really made me think of a beast rising up from a prehistoric swamp near a volcano. It definitely has that feel to it. This fragrance is definitely great for somebody who, I would quote, could care less. The epic badass, so to speak. Somebody who is definitely different from the rest of the pack. And honestly, it's like nothing I've ever smelt before, and I just can't mention that enough. But on the flip side, it's also quite a work of art. It's very avant-garde, so it's unique in that sort of way. Okay, so for women wanting to try this fragrance, you could definitely pull it off, but I would say it's good to layer with. So I would say layer it with fragrances that have more of a rose quality or a violet quality. That will definitely give it that more feminine presence to it. And in terms of sillage and longevity, it is definitely a powerhouse. I would say you're going to get about 5 or 6 hours with this. And when I was wearing this and I went out and I was hanging out with people, everybody definitely mentioned it, and they were like, "What are you wearing?" They wanted to find out more about it. So like I said, it's got that presence, but it's more of a badass sort of couldn't care less, who cares? It's got that vibe to it. All right, guys, so when are you gonna wanna wear this? When is it a great time to wear a scent like this? Just because it is so unique and so different. I mean, when could you possibly wear something like this? Well, I would definitely say this is a great scent for artistic occasions and as well events when you're about to do something very daring. So not to be too extreme, but skydiving, maybe giving a speech. This is really going to work for those kinds of situations. I really would say that this is not a fragrance that you could really pinpoint to any particular season. I mean, maybe more in the cooler seasons just because of the ashiness and the incense sort of that comes through in it. I would say it's more for a specific occasion that I would pair this with. And in terms of style, what are some great things to pair with this? Well, first and foremost, the colors that I would pair with this are black, gray, red, and dark brown. Once again, you're thinking of those prehistoric time periods, you know, when it was more lush, when you had more of those natural type of colors that you find in nature. But yeah, like volcanic, charcoal. And I would say for outfits, this is a great fragrance to pair with anything leather. So once again, calling upon that badass sort of style, this particular fragrance really works well with that. Okay guys, so let's look at the notes of this particular fragrance. So some really neat things happening in those base notes. And like I said, those come through after the initial spray and the shock of this terrifying fragrance, and it really settles down, and then there's almost like this sweetness that comes through that makes it a nice fragrance, more of a pleasant fragrance. So you're not really getting that shock through the whole entire thing. And that's it for Tyrannosaurus Rex by Zoologist. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for tuning into my channel. I hope this video helped. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.